Hi, this is Matthew Harmonak with Peak Real Estate Advisors and Peak Real Estate Inspectors. I am a certified professional inspector and a licensed broker in the state of Colorado. And today I want to talk about why I feel that it is so much better for a first-time home buyer to buy a multifamily property versus a single-family home. And so I've actually got two real-world examples here of what a buyer could have purchased last weekend. The first property is down in Inglewood. It has great curb appeal, and the home has very much been kept in character. So that's great. That's what I liked about the house. It's a nice little brick bungalow. I'm going to go through the pictures here, and I'm going to kind of just walk you through what I liked and did not like. So again, the curb appeal was great. What I did not like was really the function of the home, and this home really lacks functionality, particularly for any family larger than two people. And the reason I say that is because the rooms were tight, and most of the rooms contained a traffic path. So the living room, for example, which is this room we're looking at right now, very tight, no built-in storage, no entry closet, no entry space whatsoever. And as you can see, they put a faux fireplace in, this fireplace mantle here, versus a piece of storage furniture. And I don't know if that was a staging decision or if that's how they lived with it, but as you can kind of see here, any larger furniture would impede with the traffic path. There's little to no space to have seating and storage in that room. So moving through that room, you move into a dining space slash kitchen slash traffic path, which you have to get to the back of the house. You have to take this path here. To get to this room they're using as a nursery, you have to cross through here. And then to use the kitchen, you have no work triangle. You have a refrigerator and a stove, and you've got a sink off in the corner with some built-in casework that doesn't really have room around it to function. So, in my opinion, just a very nonsensical space. Frankly, it would drive me nuts to live in that house. It's just really funky. But, I'm going to briefly go through these pictures. I mean, the house was kept in good character. I do like they didn't, destroy the character of the home to modernize things. And it had a good feel. So for a couple, it could work. For anything larger than a couple, I think it would be a little bit tight. They did convert, moving through here, they did convert the back of the garage space into like an artist studio, which was kind of a neat feature. They did still retain some car storage, and they have the shed. Moving past that, we've got the duplex, and unlike the house in Inglewood, this duplex in Arvada really lacks character. It's quite ugly. It's basically two garages crashing into one another with a chicken coop popping out of the top. It's not a very attractive home, but moving inside, it's a very functional space. It's large, it's very open. Traffic paths make a little more sense. The space would work well for a larger family. It did need a little bit of updating, in my opinion. I mean, everything's still functional there. I wouldn't replace anything. I would probably paint those cabinets and, I don't know, potentially maybe replace the countertop, but nothing really had to be done, so you could use this property as is. And walking the perimeter, it seemed as though it was well maintained. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and jump into the numbers. And what we see here is that after 10 years of owning the single family home, you are nowhere near where you are financially after 10 years of owning the multifamily. And the number I want to highlight here is the total return at time of sale. So with the single family, you've actually just about broke even. And the reason for that is because you're paying $130,000 in interest over 10 years due to the amortization schedule. And if you don't understand an amortization schedule, I would look it up and do a little bit of reading on it before you before you really start your search. But without going too far into that, I'm going to hop over to the duplex, and we see that after 10 years, you've actually made $188,000 if you sell that property. And the reason for that is very simple. It's because while you're borrowing more money and you're paying more interest and you're actually paying more taxes and more property insurance, you have this $1,600 coming out or being subtracted from what is coming out of your pocket every month. So what ends up happening is every year the money that you spend to live in that property diminishes slightly, as you can see there. And so pretty quickly, because somebody else is helping you pay those bills, pretty quickly you get out of the red. And after only 4 years, you're able to sell that property with a little bit of a profit. Now, a lot of people might be thinking what I'm kind of thinking: why would you sell it? And I don't know why you would sell it, because at that point, you've got the income off of one unit, and most banks are going to let you qualify off of that income. So you've got options. You can either refinance that property for a down payment on your next property, or if you're in a good position and you have the money for a down payment, you can just move out of that unit, move into something short term, qualify off of both units, and go ahead and get into something that's more desirable for you. So I'm happy to go through this a little more, face to face with somebody. I wanted to keep this video as short as possible, and I think I've already talked quite a bit, but feel free to email me or give me a call if you want to discuss this in person. And I'm happy to kind of run through these spreadsheets and show you some different scenarios and even make up a property analysis for some properties that you might have found. So once again, I'm Matthew Harmonak with Peak Real Estate Advisors and Peak Real Estate Inspectors. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.